So this documentary film, it's a journey into one of the great mysteries of the Americas, Chiribiquete National Park in the Colombian Amazon. It's more than just a nature or science documentary. It's an immersion into a sacred place, a time capsule holding what might be the longest continuous pictorial tradition in human history, starting at least 12,000 years ago. So in the film, we follow a team of passionate Colombian researchers who are giving us the very first keys to understanding this treasure of humanity. My previous film focused on the recent scares of violence and memory in Colombia. But with this new film, I felt a need to go into a much deeper foundational memory of our continent. My obsession was to find a cinematic language to tell this story and reconnect us as Colombians with our long-denied Amazonian and indigenous identity.
And why do you feel now is the right time to tell the story of the national park?
Yeah, the timing is both important and paradoxical, because access to this region only became possible around 2016, after years of armed conflict that unintentionally protected this treasure. But this new situation has also exposed Chiribiquete place to important threats, multiplying deforestation for cattle ranching, illegal crops, and mining. We are at a tipping point. So telling this story now is a call to collective awareness. The main goal of the film is to show the world the value and beauty of this Amazonian cosmovision, to inspire the respect and the will to protect it. It's a race against time to reveal this wonder before it's destroyed forever.
How long did it take you to finish this documentary?
So we work on this documentary about for 4 years. We wrote with a screenwriter in France, and after that we have the shootings during around 2 years, and we finished this year in March of this year.
We know research on Chiribiquete began in the 1940s, and it saw some major developments in the 1980s and 90s. And you said just now that access to the area only became easier after 2016, after an agreement between the government and the FARC was reached. How much do we currently know about the park, and what significance do you think that these newly discovered mural paintings hold for the Americas and humanity?
It's important to know that what we know now, it's tiny compared to the immensity of the site. Imagine a territory the size of Switzerland or Taiwan, 42,000 kilometers square, where only about 10% has been explored. The researchers have documented over 75,000 paintings, but there are likely thousands and thousands more undiscovered. For Colombia, is the discovery of a huge part of our history. It's proof of an extraordinary and complex Amazonian civilization, which invites us to embrace our indigenous past. But for humanity, Chiribiquete is a treasure on the same level as the caves of Lascaux in France or the murals of Huashan in China. It's an universal library of humanity's ancestral memory, showing our timeless need to create meaning and to speak to the eternal.
Speaking of that, the documentary notes that indigenous communities have been victims of colonialism almost at the end of the documentary. Your film also challenges the stereotype that native societies in the Americas lacked complexity and creativity. In your view, what is needed to change that narrative?
Oh, it's so important to change this narrative in Colombia, but also in all the Americas. You learn in school, still today, that history begins in the 15th century when European conquerors arrived and discovered a new world. It's a colonialist attitude, a violent act which denies thousands and thousands of years of culture and life. So to change a narrative, you must offer a more powerful one, simply showing the scale, the aesthetic sophistication, and the narrative complexity of 75,000 paintings is a political act that demolishes the stereotype of primitive societies. To understand this place, we had to bring in a whole team of top researchers, physicists, engineers, biologists studying ancient soils, and so on. It just shows how advanced this civilization was. But actually, the real key to understanding is to go beyond science and listen to the indigenous communities of today. They show us that this worldview is not dead. The myth is alive, and it helps us to decode, to understand the paintings. So the narrative will really change when we stop seeing these cultures as museum pieces and start recognizing them as owners of essential knowledge, especially about our relationship with nature. That knowledge is vital for the future of humanity.
And now you are promoting this documentary abroad, including China. You are bringing the documentary to China in October. So what key messages do you want the Chinese audience to take away?
Wow, a message. As I say at the beginning, this film is a journey to the ancestral morals of Chiribiquete to uncover a universal message. We see these rock paintings, siblings to those in Huashan, China, separated by an ocean. These two ancient cultures tell the same story of a sacred connection to the earth. In this time of ecological crisis, listening to this ancient echo of our common humanity is not about nostalgia, but an act of vital urgency. So this film is an invitation to listen together.